objectives and aims of this institute are as follows. First, to help you find and know Yahweh your Elohim as he really is and actually exists. Secondly, to form a nucleus of universal brotherhood of humanity in Yahshua the Messiah without the distinction of race or nationality, creed, sex, caste, or color. Third, to explain the unexplained spirit law or investigate the unexplained spirit law, so-called law of nature, and the powers latent in man. Fourth, to encourage and promote the study of the scriptures, comparative religion, psychology, philosophy, modern, practical, and occult science. Fifth, to extirpate current superstitions, skepticism, and ignorance. Sixth, to learn, know, and understand the operation of Yahweh's eternal purpose through the dispensations and ages. Seventh, to discern and avoid being deceived by Lucifer, the serpent, the devil, the dragon, or Satan and his demons, operating the mystery of iniquity on earth through the dispensations of time. And eighth, to earnestly contend for the common salvation and faith which was once delivered unto the sons or children of Yahweh. Ninth, to make known that Yahweh from the beginning ordained that there is no other name given among men whereby man can be saved, save in the name of Yahshua the Messiah. And 10th, to inherit eternal life now in the kingdom of Yahshua the Messiah with the hope of immortal glorification in the new earth state. Our watchword is peace, and our slogan is to speak the truth. Today's scripture lesson is 1 Corinthians, the 10th chapter. Today is also an open session. That scripture lesson will be read by Dr. Myra Quates, but before that, we'll have a prayer by Dr. John Quates. May we now have a prayer.
Good evening. I'd like to give all honor and glory to Yahshua Yahweh Elohim. I'm thankful for being down here, and I ask that Yah should open my heart and mind and give me a better understanding. And I hope that He use the vessels that come forth and preach through them, not be the vessels, but be Him, so that all honor and glory can go to Him. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
I will be reading 1 Corinthians, the 10th chapter, from a King James Zondervan Bible with the true names and titles enclosed. Moreover, brethren, I would not that ye should be ignorant, how that all our fathers were under the cloud, and all passed through the sea, and were all baptized unto Moses in the cloud and in the sea, and did all eat the same spiritual meat, and did all drink the same spiritual drink. For they drank of that spiritual rock that went with them, and that rock was the Messiah. But with many of them Elohim was not well pleased, for they were overthrown in the wilderness. Now these things were our examples, to the intent that we should not lust after evil things, as they also lusted. Neither be ye idolaters, as were some of them, as it is written, the people sat down to eat and drink, and rose up to play. Neither let us commit fornication, as some of them committed, and fell in one day 23,000. Neither let us tempt the Messiah, as some of them also tempted, and were destroyed of serpents. Neither murmur ye, as some of them also murmured, and were destroyed of the destroyer. Now all these things happened unto them for examples, and they are written for our admonition, upon whom the ends of the world are come. Wherefore let them that think that he standeth take heed lest he fall. There hath no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man. But Yahweh is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able, but will with the temptation also make a way of escape, that ye may be able to bear it. Therefore, my dearly beloved, flee from idolatry. I speak as to wise men. Judge ye what I say. The cup of blessing which we bless, is it not the communion of the blood of the Messiah? The bread which we break, is it not the communion of the body of the Messiah? For we, being many, are one bread and one body. For we are all partakers of that one bread. Behold Israel after the flesh. Are not they which eat sacrifices partakers of the altar? What say I then? That the idol is anything, or that which is offered in sacrifice to idols is anything? But I say that the thing which the Gentiles sacrifice, they sacrifice to devils, and not to Yahweh. And I should not that ye should have fellowship with devils. Ye cannot drink the cup of Yahweh and the cup of devils. Ye cannot be partakers of Yahweh's table and the table of devils. Do we provoke Yahweh to jealousy? Are we stronger than he? All things are lawful for me, but all things are not expedient. All things are lawful for me, but all things edify not. Let no man seek his own, but every man another's wealth. Whatsoever is sold in the shambles, that eat. Ask no questions for conscience sake. For the earth is Yahweh's, and the fullness thereof. If any of them that believe not bid you to a feast, and ye be disposed to go, whatsoever is set before you, eat, asking no questions for conscience sake. But if a man say unto you, this is offered in sacrifice unto idols, eat not, for his sake that showed it, and for your conscience sake. For the earth is Yahweh's, and the fullness thereof. Conscience, I say, not thine own, but of the other. For why is my liberty judged of another man's conscience? For if I, by grace, be partakers, why am I evil spoken of? For that for which I give thanks. Whether therefore ye eat or drink, or whatsoever ye do, do all to the glory of Yahweh. Give none offense, neither to the Jew, nor to the Gentile, nor to the assembly of Elohim, even as I please all men in all things, not seeking mine own profit, but the profit of many, that they may be saved. That was 1 Corinthians, the 10th chapter.
Thank you, Dr. Prince. We will hold announcements to the end of class. Please silence all cell phones and any other electrical devices at this time. You'll have a selection by the choir. called Dr. Deborah Williams.
Huh? May.
Our first speaker this evening is a pleasure to call Dr. May Corin.
I know we called the year in school, so I was kind of planning on things. I just can't see the actual thing. Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm so glad to be here. This is a school, and it's not a church. And this school was founded by a divine panoramic vision that our founder had. And he said to make me prove it until you're satisfied. Somebody get Proverbs 8, is it 8:22? Without a prophetic vision, is that it right? I know it's in Proverbs. But we come here to learn something definite for sure about our Creator as He really is and actually exists. We didn't know, I know I didn't know before coming up in here that that was possible. Not only to learn about Him, but that He proves His own existence. And we have this tabernacle pattern to look at, which is reflecting our Creator. We didn't know, I know I didn't when I came up in here, that our Creator was a pattern, you know. But let's get Proverbs, and also let's look up the word pattern, because this is a school, and sometimes it's good to look up words for clarification. So we can look up our pattern and tabernacle. But let's get Proverbs first.
Proverbs 29:18.
Mm-hmm.
Where there is no vision, the people perish.
You're reading out the King James Version?
Yes.
Okay, can somebody read out the holy name?
Proverbs 29:18.
Mm-hmm.
Where there is no prophetic vision, the people perish.
Okay, it says, where there is no prophetic vision, the people perish. See, because our Creator, it says that Yahweh is spirit, and they that worship Him must worship Him in spirit and in truth. We really don't have the ability to do that, nor do we have the ability to find out about our Creator unless He Himself let us know of Him. You know, because He's spirit, and we're physical beings, you know, walking on a physical earth plane. But get Romans 1:19 and 20. And did we get the definition of those two words I asked for? Pattern and tabernacle. See, because our Creator, He ain't just doing stuff haphazardly. He's just not, you know, things that are going on in the world, everything is in complete and divine order according to His purpose. It may not seem like it, but it is. You know, and part of that purpose is He has two mysteries in operation. He has the mystery of righteousness and the mystery of unrighteousness. And they're parallel lines. They come all the way down together. I came up in here, I used to think the devil was a separate kind of entity that had its own power, that had its own, you know, but we come up in here and find out that he is part of the purpose of Yahweh, and that Yahweh is dictating to him how to behave and how to act and what to do. Anyway, do we have those two words?
This is pattern from the Merriam-Webster's online dictionary.
Mm-hmm.
A form or model.
A form or model. Mm-hmm.
Proposed for imitation.
Proposed for imitation. Now, this tabernacle pattern that the children of Israel built when they were out here in the wilderness for some 40 years. See, it's a form or a model or an imitation, it says.
For imitation.
Oh, for imitation. See, it's imitating something. What is it imitating? It's imitating the true pattern, which is Yahweh Elohim Himself. See, He is the pattern from which everything is made, both angelic and physical. See, so He is the pattern, and this pattern is a type, something that we can examine, something that we can look at to understand our Creator and how He is operating, and understand His purpose that he is a pattern and that he has a plan. Okay, anything else?
2, something designed or used as a model for making things.
See, something as designed and used as a model for making things. See, and we know that this tabernacle pattern had 9 principal vessels in it. It had 3 compartments, and it had 7 steps, you know. And it's all pointing up to our Creator and how He's operating, see. Go ahead.
An artistic, musical, literary, or mechanical design or form. A natural or chance configuration.
A natural or chance configuration. Remember when Moses went up into the mount and he had, Yahweh showed him the intricacies of this pattern in 33 days, and he told him, let's get it, Exodus 25, 8, and 9, and then drop down to 40. Let's get it because it is in your Bible. And this organization didn't put it there. It's been there all along. Go ahead.
Romans 1:19 and 20.
Yeah, hold that. But let's get those tabernacle scriptures.
Exodus 25, 8, and 9. And let them make me a sanctuary,
Okay.
that I may dwell amongst
Now
them.
this is Yahweh speaking to Moses. See, he said, now let them make me a sanctuary
That
that I may dwell among them.
According to all that I showed thee after the pattern of the tabernacle
See,
and the
according
pattern.
to all that I showed thee after the tabernacle of the pattern. Because we come up in here and we find out that Moses had 3 trips up in this mountain. I never knew that before coming up in here, and it's right in your Bible. You know, I think it's Exodus, the 19th chapter, the 24th chapter, and is it the 29th chapter class? This is a school. I know some of you all know for sure. I'm just having a real good guess.
32, 33, somewhere around there.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah.
43.
But he had 3 trips up in this mountain, so Yahweh is admonishing him and telling him, you make sure you make this exactly like what you was shown in the mountain. He said, make me a sanctuary that I may dwell among them. Go ahead.
According to all that I showed thee after the pattern of the tabernacle
After the pattern of the tabernacle.
and the pattern of all the
See,
instruments.
even the instruments have a pattern.
Mhm.
See, it says the pattern of the tabernacle and the pattern of all the instruments there.
Thereof even so shall you make it.
Okay, and then drop down to 40. So see, in that same verse, he's admonishing Moses now. Go ahead.
And look that thou make them after their pattern,
So now you look now that you make them,
after their pattern,
yep,
which was shown thee in the mount.
after the pattern that was showed thee in the mount. See, you make sure you make it exactly like you saw it. And he made sure that that happened because he put his spirit in the man who made this tabernacle. It had to be perfect because it's pointing up, it's a type and shadow of heavenly things. Let's get First Chronicles and also Hebrews 8 and 5. I know we call these scriptures repeatedly, you know, almost every class, but it's necessary. It's necessary because everything in our life is repetitive. You know, so, well, y'all just talk about the same thing over and over again. But everything we do is repetitive. We go to work, most of us 5 days a week, we go to work. You see what I'm saying? We go to bed, we wake up in the morning, we bathe. Everything that we do is repetitive. You know, but yet and still when it comes to our Creator, He can't be repetitive.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And it's a scripture where it says, I will turn and overturn. If somebody can find that too. Go ahead and get that. What did I ask for?
28, 19. verse
Okay,
5.
and Hebrews 8 and 5. Get that.
All this said David, Yahweh made me understand
Okay.
in writing by his hand
Okay, now
upon me.
we're told, see, one of the things that we find out when we come up in here, according to the instructions that Yahshua gave, see, it says, according to the law and the testimony, I think that's in Isaiah 8 and 20, Yahweh gave these instructions. He said, according to the law, which is the first 5 books of the Bible, and the testimony, which is the remaining 34 books. Altogether, that's the 39 books, what they commonly call the Old Testament. So it says to the law and the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, see, it's talking about the word of Yahweh, which is Yahweh Elohim, or the creator, or the pattern. If they speak not the true pattern, see, which this is a type of, when they say if they speak not according to this word, is because there's no light in them. And we come up in here and we find out the light is synonymous with understanding, see. So we're instructed that we have to go back to the law and the testimony, because it's all pointing up to the Savior, which is Yahshua Messiah, or that Word made flesh. Let's get John 1:1. But go ahead and continue. Did you finish that?
Not that. Made me understand in writing by his hand upon me.
Right.
Even all the works of this
See, David
pattern.
said he made me understand by his hand upon me, even all the works of this pattern. See, because he was instructed to build Solomon's temple, but we know that he had blood on his hands, so he couldn't build it. So he gave those instructions to his son, but Yahweh gave him an understanding, see, of all the works of this pattern, see, and the sanctuary. See, it was threefold as well, see, because Solomon's temple is pointing up to greater and more perfect tabernacle. See, this is pointing up to flesh and blood, and this is pointing up to the soul, the illumination of the soul. See, the more perfect, permanent fixture. Okay, that's what it's pointing up to. Okay, go ahead. Hebrews 8:5.
Hebrews 8:5.
Mm-hmm.
Who serve unto the example and shadow of heavenly.
See, these things serve unto the example and shadow of heavenly things. Remember, we said that Yahweh is spirit. See, so these things serve unto the example and shadow of heavenly things.
As Moses was admonished of Yahweh.
See, Moses was admonished, and we just read it in Exodus, what was it, the 40, is it 25 and 40, right?
Right.
It was Exodus 25 and 40, where Moses was admonished by Yahweh when he was about to build his tabernacle. Go ahead and read.
For Sid say he,
Mm-hmm.
that thou make all things according to the pattern showed to
See,
thee
he
in
was
the mount.
admonished to make all things according to the pattern that was showed to him in the mountain. Okay, now let's get, I know I still got Romans 1:19 and 20 here. I know I called something else, but I can't remember what. But let's get those two definitions that we have. We had pattern read, or was that tabernacle read?
Pattern.
That was pattern. So let's have tabernacle read.
And you asked for Ezekiel 21:27.
Okay, so hold those, but let's get that definition, if someone has it, of tabernacle.
From the Webster Dictionary, the Merriam-Webster Dictionary,
Mm-hmm,
a house of worship,
mm-hmm,
specifically, a large building or tent used for evangelistic services.
okay,
A receptacle for the consecrated elements of the Eucharist,
okay,
especially an ornamental lockbox used for reserving the communion host.
And this is a definition of tabernacle? Okay, go ahead.
Then, a tent sanctuary used by the Israelites during
About this here, this pictorial illustration.
a dwelling place, a temporary shelter.
Okay, now that's what I'm trying to get to. See, it says a dwelling place or temporary shelter, see, because were moved and put in the Solomon's temple. But the vessels of Corin about, they wasn't put in there, see. So this was temporary, a temporary resting place, see. And you come to find out, if you really look in a good dictionary, it'll tell you that one of the definitions of tabernacle is the human body. You know, it says a temporary resting place, see, because this tabernacle pattern is pointing to our Creator. And just like in 1 Corinthians 6:19, it tells you where he dwells, see, because people be doing like this. God is good, you know, pointing up above the sun, moon, and stars. And you down here, I mean, that's only common sense. But you know, if Yahweh don't, you know, give you eyes to see and ears to hear, you know, you won't see it and you won't hear it. Okay? So what else did I have?
Ezekiel.
Okay, get Romans 1:19 and 20. Let's get that now. And then we'll read Ezekiel.
Romans 1:19 and 20. Because that which may be known of Yahweh is manifest in them.
See, it says that which may be known of Yahweh is manifest in them, just like this tabernacle was in the midst of those 12 tribes of Israel, 3 on each side in camp. And this tabernacle was in the midst, see. So we're reading Romans 1:19 and 20. Continue.
For Yahweh hath showed it unto them.
See, Yahweh is the one that has to show it. Go ahead.
For the invisible things of him from
Yeah.
the creation of the world
See, the invisible things of him all the way from the creation of the world
are clearly seen.
are clearly seen. They're clearly seen. Go ahead.
Being understood by the things that are made.
Being understood by the things that are made, and this tabernacle was made. See, that's why Yahweh admonished Moses to make sure he make it exactly like he saw it in the mount. See, because this tabernacle pattern is teaching us and allowing us to be able to examine how Yahweh is operating his purpose. See, and we're able to understand Yahshua the Messiah, or Yahweh Elohim, or that word made flesh that came into the likeness of sinful flesh to fulfill everything that was written in the law and the prophets. And he did it according to this tabernacle pattern. We read scriptures like the steps of a righteous man are ordered by Yahweh. See, because he moved according to this tabernacle pattern. He's even speaking this tabernacle pattern. He says stuff like, I am that bread that came down from heaven. You know, we know that they had daily bread on this table that the priest had to partake of. He said, I am the light of the world. You know, we know that the 7-branch golden candlestick was lit at 3 o'clock in the afternoon and snuffed out at 9 o'clock in the morning. See, because there was constant light in here, because when it was snuffed out, the SUN in the sky was a light for the tabernacle by day. See, and then this was lit at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So he says, I am the light of the world. See, there's never darkness in there. You see what I'm saying? Then we read somewhere else where it says there's one mediator between Yahweh and man, and that is the man Yahshua Messiah. Then we read in 1 John 5 and 7 that there are 3 to bear record in heaven: the Father, the Word, and the Holy Spirit, and these 3 are one. And there's the 3-in-1 configuration here. You see what I'm saying? Pointing up to unity of the Spirit. And just like I didn't say, but this altar of incense is a sweet-smelling savior unto the nostrils of Yahweh as a type. And it is a mediator between Yahweh and man. That's why it says that there is one mediator between Yahweh and man, the man Yahshua Messiah. See, because he's going according to this tabernacle pattern. You know, we know that he died for the sins of the world. There's 4 points of blood on this brazen laver. You know, he's picking up the Caucasian man, he's picking up the black man, he's picking up the Asian man, he's picking up the red man. You see what I'm saying? He's picking all mankind up. You see what I'm saying? There's just like there's a brazen laver where they had to wash those sacrifices. Yahshua Messiah got baptized before he went into the wilderness. You see what I'm saying? You know, and then they got this before the high priest could officiate in this tabernacle, the beginning of his ministry, he had to be anointed with this holy anointing oil from head to toe. You see what I'm saying? And we know that Yahshua Messiah, see, he is the true anointing. You see what I'm saying? So he's going according to this tabernacle pattern. See, that's why it's so important for us to understand that this tabernacle pattern is a type and a shadow of our Creator and how he's operating. Okay, is that all to that?
Even his eternal power.
See, we can even understand his eternal power, how he's able to take on shape and form in part. It doesn't take all of Yahweh. See, to take on shape and form is Yahweh Elohim. How he's able to take shape and form in part and become the creator. See, how he's able to come down into the likeness of sinful flesh as Yahshua Messiah and be salvation. See, this is all Yahweh. Just like you got 3 different compartments in this tabernacle, but it's one tabernacle. See, we're looking at things that are made. It's understood. See, these things can be understood by the things that are made. So we look at this, we see there's 3 compartments, but it's one tabernacle. So we look at the operation of our Creator, how he's able to create angelic and physical, and then come down in the likeness of sinful flesh and be salvation for mankind. See, it's one operation, even though it looks like it's 3. These 3 are one, basically. That's what I'm saying. Well, let's get 1 John 5 and 7, but continue to read if there's any more there.
Even his eternal power and
See,
supernal
we can
nature,
understand his eternal power and supernal nature, see.
so that they are without excuse.
See, so we don't have an excuse. Mankind don't have an excuse. This whole creation is here for us to understand and to learn about our Creator and to interact, see, with him. See, as he really is and actually exists. That's the first aim of our school, to help you find and know Yahweh our Elohim as he really is and as he actually exists. You see what I'm saying? The first aim of our school. We didn't know and we couldn't find. You see what I'm saying? That's why it was necessary for him at the end of this age to get into a man, Dr. Henry Clifford Kinley. See, because one thing about it, Henry Clifford Kinley never took any credit for anything. You see what I'm saying? He never took credit, see. He gave all the honor and praise and glory to Yahweh Elohim through his son, Yahshua the Messiah. And that's the same thing that we're doing, see. We're not giving any glory or credit to the man, see, because this is all Yahweh's operation. You see what I'm saying? And he just like, and I love the statement that Dr. Henry Clifford Kinley says. He says that Yahweh, at the end of this age, Yahweh saw fit. I love that statement. He said Yahweh saw fit to give me a divine vision and revelation. Now, he wasn't saying because he was better than anybody else. That's not what he was saying. It's just that through his mercy and his grace, he saw fit at the end of the age. And at the end of every age, he sent somebody. You see what I'm saying? We got 3 ages in the realm of time. See, at the end of this age was before the flood of the antediluvian age. He said Noah, he gave Noah a vision. You see what I'm saying? Then, at the post-diluvian age, he himself came in the likeness of sinful flesh. You see what I'm saying? Then, at the end of the present kingdom age, he sent Dr. Henry Clifford Kinley, the founder of this school, see, to point out, see, and to identify Yahshua, the Messiah, our Savior. Not that we're looking at the man. You see what I'm saying? We're through his divine vision and revelation he was given, we're able to identify. You see what I'm saying? And to understand, and he's pointed out. You see what I'm saying? Yahshua Messiah, our Savior. He's always been the Savior. You see? Go ahead. That was it?
That was it for that.
Okay. What else do I have?
Ezekiel 21 and 28.
It's in that bag there. It's in that bag.
Ezekiel 21 and did you want 27?
Overturn.
Yeah, read that. Where you reading from?
Ezekiel 21 and 27.
Okay.
I will overturn and overturn it. And
See, he said, I will overturn and overturn and overturn it. You can even look up here. You see what I'm saying? See, it's overturn, overturn, and overturn. Go ahead.
And it shall be no more until he come whose right it is, and I will give it.
See, it says until he come, whose right it is, and I will give it. Isn't there a scripture where it talks about all of the kings, they threw their crowns down to him? See, because Yahshua, he's the king of kings and the ruler of rulers, see. Now it says that we'll be made kings and priests. But see, just like those boys did, we throw our crowns down to Yahshua Messiah and give him all the honor, praise, and glory. Okay? Anything else? They have anything else? You know, but this tabernacle pattern, see, is a direct reflect of our creator.
Did we read Romans?
See, yeah, we read Romans 1:19 and 20. See, but it's a direct reflect of our creator and how he's operating, see. And somebody get, is that in, where it says, I make peace and create evil, Isaiah 45:5. Started Isaiah 45:5. See, because we got to understand that there's 2 mysteries in operation. But here's the thing that we really have to understand. We have to know both operations.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? It's necessary. See, because Yahweh set this satanic spirit or this satanic mystery up for a reason, see. And he, for the reason that he was created, see, he's an asset to the purpose of Yahweh. If you really understand the operation, because what happens, you know, what he'll do is run you right back into the arms of Yahweh. You see what I'm saying? But go ahead. What I have.
Isaiah 45 and
5.
5. I am Yahweh, and there is none else.
So he said, I am Yahweh, and there is none else. He's running the whole show, and he's doing the whole shebang. See, I am Yahweh, and there is none else.
There is no Elohim besides me.
See, there's no Elohim besides me. I mean, he's able to create an angelic and physical creation. He's able to be creator and deliverer. See, there's no Elohim like him. Go ahead.
I girded thee, though thou hast not known
See,
me.
he took care of you even when you didn't know him. He was taking care of you. He said, I girded you. When you didn't even know me, I took care of you. I kept you from harm's way. See, even when you didn't know who I was. And I really, look at some of the things I've been through in my life. I can really see that. I really can, that he really, really took care of me and continues to do so. Go ahead and read.
So that they may know from the rising of the sun.
See, they may know from the rising of the sun rises in the east. Go ahead.
And from the west.
And from the west. See, the sun rises in the east and it sets in the west. So he's telling you, you know, in light and in darkness. See, in your ups and your downs. See, I am Yahweh. There's none else. Go ahead.
That there is none besides me. I am Yahweh.
That's
and
right.
There is none else.
See, he said, I am Yahweh and there is none else. Go ahead.
I form the light.
See, he's telling you, look now, don't get it twisted. I'm doing it all.
Right.
See, he's really running it down to you what this thing is all about. He said, I form the light. Go ahead.
And create darkness.
He said, I form the light and create darkness.
I make peace.
I make peace.
And create
And create evil. Now that's a hard one. I know when I first read that, I'm like, you know, because don't you hear all the time where it's like, God don't like ugly. You see what I'm saying? You hear those certain things, God good all the time.
Right.
But it say here that he make peace and he create evil. That was a hard one. And that's why I had to come in here a long time ago, because it took me all this time to get it. You know what I mean? You know, we've been around here a little long. Ain't that right, Byron? We've been around here a little longer, you know. But it took a long time to understand that. He said, I make peace and create evil. Go ahead.
I, Yahweh, do all these
See, he
things.
said, I, Yahweh, I'm doing all these things. See, go ahead. If there's anything else
Drop
there.
down, ye heavens from above, and let the skies pour down righteousness. Let the earth open, and let them bring forth salvation.
Right, right. Salvation, which is Yahshua the Messiah, see. And everything that we read in the law and the prophets is pointing up to him. You know, let's get Luke 24 and 27. And then after you read that, drop down to 44. See, because all of this is pointing up to him. Yahweh, Yahshua means Yahweh is salvation. So this whole thing is pointing up to deliverance. Deliverance from what? From the wrath of Yahweh. You see what I'm saying? From that lake of fire. Yes, there is a lake of fire, and guess what? It's going to be occupied. You know, it's going to be occupied. Go ahead and read.
And salvation, and let righteousness spring up together. I, Yahweh, have created it.
That's right. He said, I've done it all. I created it all. But see, it's necessary. See, these mysteries, they're coming down just like veins and arteries in your body. They're coming down together, but they're not going to cross over. You see what I'm saying? You know, but they're coming all the way down together. The operation is coming down. And just like Yahweh said, I'm Yahweh, and I change not. And Satan says, I will be like the Most High. So guess what? If he say he going to be like the Most High, he don't change either. You see what I'm saying? Because he said, I am Yahweh and I change not. He said, well, I'm going to be like the Most High then. I'm going to be like him. So that means he ain't going to change either. So just because you come up in this school, don't expect to be problem free, because that's not going to happen. In the world, they teach positivity and all that kind of stuff. Don't expect not to have any more problems, because as long as you're walking around and breathing the breath of life, you're going to have problems. But the thing about it, when you understand that Yahweh has a purpose, a pattern, and a plan, and he's operating both these mysteries, it will really make it, you know, I won't say smooth sailing, but you'll be sailing with an understanding. You see what I'm saying? Because sometimes you do get thrown off your square. Sometimes you do get a little down. You know what I mean? But you ain't. It's not going to consume you. Because you know that Yahweh, right now with me, I'm like, okay, this is happening. Okay, what do I need to learn? What are you trying to show me? You see what I'm saying? Instead of, why is this happening to me? I didn't do nothing. I didn't do nothing. Why is this happening to me? Oh, woe is me. Now, we used to all be there. We used to all be there. But now, you know, if Yahweh has taken up residence in your heart and mind through his son, Yahshua Messiah, now we should be looking at and say, okay, sometimes it's like a piece of cake. You know it's that old boy. You know, and then sometimes you don't see it coming. And then it like, whoa, hey, woo. You see what I'm saying? You don't see it coming. You know, but that is and I remember Deborah one time was talking about it, and I thought it was so beautiful when she was talking about how it's like a war. You know, we just went over war. You know, it's like a war, and like when he really needs to mess with you, he brings the big general in. You see what I'm saying? Then I thought about it when she was talking about, I said, now you know how they bring the general and they put the map out and say, okay, we need to attack here and here and here. Now that map is your life.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? They putting that big map out. That map is your life. Say, okay, well he can see us coming this way. Let's go this way, because he ain't gonna expect that. You see, that's what they do.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? You know, and they bring the big dogs in. You know how they always have more than one. They say, yeah, you something. And then they say, sure is. They say, you know, you something. They say, yeah, you know, rooting team and all that. You see what I'm saying? Now, somebody don't understand that. They think that you crazy or something. But it happens to each and every one of us. Okay, did I have anything else, Hal? Okay, oh, right. Luke 24:27.
Okay, this is Luke 24 and 27. And beginning at Moses and all the prophets.
See, we talked about that earlier. See, it says to the law and the testimony. See, it says beginning at Moses because Moses is given authorship of the first 5 books from Genesis, Deuteronomy, Genesis to Deuteronomy. See, he's the author, so it says beginning at Moses. And this is Yahshua Messiah talking. This is after his death and burial, but before his resurrection, right? Is that right, class?
What, you talking about the Luke?
Because I know he appeared 11 times.
Before the Holy Spirit was poured out.
Right, before the Holy Spirit was poured out, right. Go ahead and read.
And beginning, do you want the 25th?
You can.
Then he said unto them, O fools, and slow of heart to believe.
Right, because they was walking on the road to Emmaus, and they was talking about all the things, and Yahshua joins them, and he said, ain't you heard about it? And he said, well, heard about what? And then they start telling about all the things, you see what I'm saying, that happened. And then they were saying, well, we were hoping that he would restore the temple and all this kind of stuff, see. And then he says, what?
All that the prophets have spoken.
He said, "O fools and slow of heart to believe all that the prophets have spoken." And the prophets is a 34 book, so what you call the testimony. See, all that the prophets have spoken. Read.
Ought not the Messiah to have suffered these things?
Now he's telling them, ought not the Messiah to have suffered these things,
and to enter into his glory. And beginning at Moses.
And then he started just breaking it down to them, see, expounding to them. He started at Moses, see, and it says beginning at Moses.
And all the prophets.
And all the prophets, see.
He expounded unto them. And all this scripture.
Now that had to be quite a walk. They had to be walking quite a distance, because it says he expounded unto them in all the scriptures, which is commonly called the Old Testament. Go ahead.
The things concerning himself.
See, the things concerning himself. He said, lo, I come in the volume of the book. It is written of me. You see what I'm saying? But we heard that as words. I know before I came up in here, I heard it as words, but I didn't know what it meant. But now, through this divine panorama vision and revelation that Dr. Henry Clifford Kinley has, see, now we understand what that means when he said he come in the volume of the book. See, the whole thing, the law and the testimony, first 39 books, was written of him, see, of his coming. Go ahead.
44th verse. And he said unto them, These are the words which I spake unto you while I was yet with you.
Right.
That all things must be fulfilled.
See, he says all things must be fulfilled. Wow. We come in here and we find out that baptism, all of those carnal ordinances and ceremonies and sacrifices and things of that nature, they are all nailed to the cross. See, it says here, nailed to the cross. See, brought to an end. See, was given to a physical, carnal-minded, literal people. They were not able to keep this law. It was impossible. Something as simple as circumcision. If your child's supposed to be circumcised on the 8th day, what if the child was born on the 8th day? You know what I mean? It's like, how are you able to keep this? You see what I'm saying? They weren't able to keep it. Go ahead.
Which was written in the law of Moses, and in the prophets, and in the Psalms concerning me.
See, it was written in the law of Moses and the prophets and the Psalms concerning him. It's all concerning him. We didn't know that before we came up in here. Okay, that's on to that. Okay, go ahead.
Then open he their understanding.
See, that's what he does. That's what he's doing to us down here. Through the foolishness of preaching, he's opening our understanding. Now, that don't mean that we're going to always we have an understanding and everything is always, you know. Sometimes we're a little down and we feel a little bad and stuff like that, but it's still with an understanding. It's still with an understanding. Go ahead.
That they might understand the scripture.
See, he opened their understanding so that they might understand the scriptures. See, the law and the testimony, those 39 books commonly called the Old Testament. See, that's the scriptures. See, he said he opened their understanding so that they can understand the scriptures. And as we come down here, see, and we, through the foolishness of preaching and through the repetition, he does the same thing to us. He opens our understanding so that we can understand the scriptures. You know, you go into those scriptures, they don't read the same way anymore. I mean, I'm a good reader, but I used to stumble. When before I came up in here, I used to stumble reading that book. You see what I'm saying? Now it just flow. And I'm happy about that. Okay, so I'm thankful to be here. I'm going to take my seat, and all honor and glory go to Yahshua on the side.
Hallelujah.
Our next speaker this evening is a pleasure to call the Dean, Dr. John Quates.
Good evening. I'd like to give all honor and glory to Yahshua Shai and Yahweh Elohim, and I'm happy to be here, thankful to be here. Man, it's a lot on my heart and mind, but I don't know how I'm going to be led. This last topic that we was on, war, maybe we'll go back into that a little bit, just if this is Yahweh's will. Let's do this. I'm going to just start this way. Give me Joel, the 2nd chapter. I shouldn't start this way, but right away I'm there. Give me Joel 2nd. Also give me Deuteronomy, the 7th chapter. I tell you what, now hold Joel, the 2nd chapter. That's kind of like the meat of it. Give me the 7th chapter of Deuteronomy. Let's do it that way. I'll start at the first verse. Let's start at that verse.
Okay, 7 and 1.
Mm-hmm.
When Yahweh thy Elohim shall bring thee into the land whither thou goest to possess it, and hath cast out many nations before thee, the Hittites and the Girgashites and the Amorites.
Yeah,
and
it's already been gone into about some of the definition and the meaning of what those words are, those places mean. The point that I hope to get across, if it's Joshua's will, is this. The way I'm looking at this is that, the way it's shown to me is that Yahweh has set this up in such a way where the nations that Israel defeated and the ones that, the reason that they were defeated, the reason that Yahweh allowed Israel to defeat it was because what these nations were doing. They were worshiping their gods, their idols, what they believed in. And Yahweh did not want them, Israel, to be a part of that. So in the scriptures it talks about that when you get up here, there were certain nations that they had to destroy utterly. The kids, the animals, they had to just destroy everything. And then sometimes they would leave certain things. But the thing was that he didn't want them to become subject. If you read this, I know if I just shut up and let you read it, it's actually going to explain that. And I am. But I want to say this for a reason, because it really shows why there was war. Because, and why Yahweh is going to take flaming vengeance. See, just like he had his body that he brought up out of Egypt to do that, it's the same way that he does it. He destroys in the same way he's going to do at the end of this, at the at the universal revelation, he's going to destroy all the gods, all of the people who believe in these.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a type and a shadow of what he's going to do. I mean, he's done that from a spiritual standpoint in the hearts and minds of his servants. See, but the reflect is what we getting ready. Is what we're going to see. See, what the reality of this. And he's going to tear this thing down, this whole creation down.
Yeah.
See, and all of the gods, all of the nations, everything, see, is going to be destroyed. Every belief system.
Right.
And he's just going to take flame and vengeance on them. And it's going to be by fire, just like he told the children of Israel to do. See, look, I'll tell you what, let's do it this way. The better way to understand this is understanding the blessings and the cursings. If you go into Deuteronomy, I think the 28th chapter, where it talks about, give me Deuteronomy 28th chapter, hold the other things I got. Somewhere in there, because the 27th to 28th chapter, it talks about as long as you are obedient, you will be the head. You can chase thousands. Thank you. You can chase thousands. You won't be the tail. You be the head. See, I mean, why is he saying all these things? See, it reflects how it is down here with his body right now. See, that's a body. See, man, I'm telling you, this is something else. The crap that we got going on. Anyway, I don't want to get distracted. And I'm sorry, I don't know where it's at.
It's kind of like all over that chapter.
Well, can you, will someone
Here's
pick
a little explanation of it.
Good.
Number 1. And it shall come to pass, if, number 1 and 28 Deuteronomy.
Okay, go ahead.
And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of Yahweh thy Elohim, to observe and do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that Yahweh thy Elohim will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. And all these blessings shall come on thee, and overtake thee, if thou shalt hearken unto the voice.
See, everything was, the way they won wars was being obedient. Once they stopped being obedient, they lost. See, once they stopped being obedient, they were kicked out. I mean, this is all about being obedient to the law of Yahweh. All right? And this is how they, without this, they couldn't fight the wars. I mean, they took the Ark of the Covenant into war sometimes. They took the priests. I mean, all of this points up to being obedient. You will be blessed. You will defeat. Finish, Bob, right?
Okay. If thou shalt hearken unto the voice of Yahweh thy Elohim. I'm going to go to 13.
Thank you.
Okay, 13 says, and Yahweh shall make thee the head, and not the tail.
Right, which is said.
And thou shalt be above only, and thou shalt not be beneath. And that thou hearken unto the commandments of Yahweh thy Elohim, which I command thee this day.
This is important because see what this is setting up this. You know, the last vessel was talking about we go through things. And we all go through things. But the way you overcome, and the only way you're going to overcome the enemy is through Yahshua the Messiah. And the only way that's going to be done is he's going to keep you obedient to the purpose, to the pattern, and to the plan. He's going to cause you to walk in his ways. See, I'm choosing my words, you know, this way. And I didn't say his will. Everybody does that. Go ahead.
Yeah. If thou shalt hearken unto the commandments of Yahweh thy Elohim, which I command thee this day, to observe and do them, and thou shalt not go aside from any of the words which I command thee.
All right, now that's good. I would like to find out where it said one of you should chase 1,000. And I tell you what, I could, if you put that in your concordance search thing, it'll actually pop up. It could be Deuteronomy to, I don't know what exactly. All right. But here's the thing I'm going to try to get across. Now, Jeremiah,
I think I got 30, 32, and
okay, give me that.
something like this.
Okay, go ahead.
29 and 30, I'm going to start at 29.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, that they were wise, that they understood, that they
Where you at?
30, I'm at 32, Deuteronomy 32nd chapter, 29.
Okay, go ahead.
That they would consider their latter end. How should one chase 1,000 and put to 10,000 to flight, except their rock should have sold them, and Yahweh had shut them up.
That's right. See, and this is what Yahweh's talking about. See, he gave examples of that. You know, we all know the story about David and Saul. Like, you know, we say David is 10,000. I mean, Saul is 1,000. David's at 10,000. You know, I mean, I've watched a lot of war pictures. You know, to kill 50 people is a heck of a thing to do in a battle. To kill, I mean, so what we're looking at here is, and see, first of all, that was the king. You know, you think about that. David was the king, and he went out to battle with with the people. That's a type and a shadow how Yahweh's fighting our battles, and He's with you fighting the battles. See, that's why the king went out at that time. See, and and David didn't die in battle. See, just like Joshua son of Nun, he didn't die in battle. See, but the thing I'm looking at is this. When you read Jeremiah, we're Deuteronomy 28, 29 chapter, 27 chapter, it talks about this thing called the siege. See, and as long as they're obedient, they will be okay. But when they're disobedient, if you read Jeremiah 51, 52, this is what happens. Babylon is sent up against them to take them out. And this is mighty mean army. See, this mighty mean group of people, you know, and they come up to Israel and totally devastate Israel. The temple just totally devastated. And Jeremiah and the different prophets told them, look, to the king, to the people, look, if you guys just straighten up. You know, if you just behave and act right, you could stay in this land. You know, and fulfillment of the prophecy that was made back there, you know, of the law, back in the law. If you just be obedient, you could stay in this land, and you will be on top, and you won't be the tail, but you'll be the head. But they could not behave themselves. See, that is just a type and a shadow of a person's heart and mind. See, because the things that they're going through, the strife, the contention, why people walk up to other people and just shoot them, hit them. For no reason at all. The things that are going on because it's a battle in their heart and in their mind. And see, they can't overcome that. See, but through Yahshua Messiah, and there's hope now. I don't want you to, we gotta throw this in there. There's hope. The hope is He steals your mind. See, He calms your mind. See, and that puts that, you know, that battle. And you know, people say, should I go over here? Like, I mean, think about this. Should I steal this thing right here? Should I not steal this? Should I do this bad? You know what I'm saying? That's a battle. It's not like good angel, bad angel on that show. And I'm not talking about that. I'm not. Please don't think I'm talking about that. The battle is a spiritual and psychological battle. See, and it goes on in people's hearts and minds. See, and I don't care who you are. See, even if you're in this teaching, there's a battle. But the difference is, as last vessel said, the difference is, see, Yahweh keeps you. How's that scripture go? He whose mind is stayed on Yahweh keeps you in what? Perfect peace. And how Yahshua said, look, I came to what? Get peace on what? Not peace on earth, but what? Peace what? In earth. See, He's giving you peace in your heart and in your mind. See, and that's what I'm talking about with the Jeremiah. Now, watch this. Every nation, when we talk about Yahweh sets up and tears down and see who's right to sit on the throne, He set up Babylon, and then Babylon did the will of Yahweh, put Israel in captivity. I mean, they did the will of Yahweh, and then what did Yahweh do? Tear them down. Sent the Medes and the Persians, see, and tore up Babylon, see, and look, and told and said to the king of the Medes and the Persians, look, you're doing my will. And they knew, you know, for this cause have I read, they knew that Yahweh raised them up just to tear up Babylon. Now what does that mean? See, Yahweh is in control of these battles down here. See, from a physical standpoint, this is history. See, and Daniel was given an interpretation of this. See, before there was a Mede in Persia. You see, before Mede and Persia actually came up, they was told that this nation is going to become after this nation. See, and then this, I mean, wow. It fascinates me because it shows me that Yahweh is in complete control of battles, of history, see, of war.
Yeah.
See, and how he's in complete control. He sets nations up and tears them down. So I can understand. See, if you understand what's going on right there in history, then the thing that's going on with this Korean, with this, what's that guy that I'm not Rocket Man, but what's his name? Thank you, Kim Jong. See, if you understand what's going on, then you understand who's in control. And then you don't have to sit back and, I mean, because there's been some things in the news lately that has really been real. All right, enough of that. Because who's got the hand, whose button is bigger than the other person's button, and all that other kind of crap. Well, Yahweh's button is bigger than all of them.
That's right.
So we can settle that argument right now. All right, now let's go. Give me Joel. Let's go. Give me Joel, the first chapter. Second chapter, I'm sorry. Start at 1. Yeah. Now we're going to look at Yahweh's army. See, we talked about the armies down there, how you raise up them. See, these are physical men, physical armies, and he raised them up to tear down another nation. See, but go ahead, let's get Joel. Now let's look how. Give me Joel, and then I want Matthew 27, 51, 50.
Joel 2:1.
Yeah, start there.
Blow ye the trumpet of Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of Yahweh cometh, for it is nigh at hand. A day of darkness and of gloominess.
That's right. Now, when Yahshua was on the cross, that we have to get Matthew's, the
27:51.
Yeah, 27:51, 52, and maybe a little bit before that, but.
Oh, you want that now?
Yeah, give me that now.
This is Matthew,
Go ahead.
Matthew 27, I started 50 maybe?
Yeah.
Joshua, when he cried again with a loud voice, lifted up the coast. And behold, the veil of the temple was rent in twain from top to bottom, and the earth did quake.
Now wait a minute, it said the earth did quake. We're going to read over there in Joel. See, it talked about the earthquake. See, and we know when he was on the cross, it turned dark. See, and the sun and all the other stuff. And go ahead.
And the rocks rent, and the graves were opened, and many bodies of the sons were slept arose.
Now go back to Joel, the way you was reading that.
A day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong. There hath not seen ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even of the years of many generations. A fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness.
Now so you can see when they resurrected, see, that was a great army that resurrected and scared the crap. I mean, it was a great army. See, go ahead.
Yea, and nothing shall escape them. The appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen, so shall they run. Like the noise of chariots on the top of mountains, shall they leap. Like the noise of a flame of fire that devoureth the stubble, as a strong people set in battle array.
And see, the same way you're reading that is the same way when he appears with those angels. See, taking flaming vengeance. See, on them that know not Yahweh and them that obey not. See, taking flaming vengeance on them. See, and now somebody might say, well, what are you talking about? Tell you what, if you get Ezekiel, the first chapter, the second chapter, it talks about how I think that was read too. What is it about him in the? Well, the 37 is good. It come together and all that, but
Ezekiel what?
Ezekiel the second chapter, the first chapter. I don't know. Try the first chapter. When he talks about the chariot, the wheels, the fire, and all of that.
The wings.
The wings and the eyes.
Oh,
Yeah. Because see, Yahweh is a man. This is something because I'm looking at how he's a he has to be to show forth the physical, that there's wars, and show forth that he's a warrior, but he battles our battles, or fights our battles spiritually and psychologically. See, and he has the power to, you think about how he did things with, it appeared to like, who was that? With like, with the king of, with Egypt, when Abraham went down into Egypt and Sarah, and Yahweh put it in, that guy, gave a guy a dream. I mean, who does that? Who has the power to do that? To affect a person's mind and to cause a person to say, yeah, you better leave him alone. I mean, now remember what we're saying. See, Yahweh is a man of war. See, and he's protecting. Yeah. See, it's about him protecting his bride, his son, those who believe in him. The faith that he can protect you. Yeah. See, he has to show you in the natural. Yeah. See, and put it in the prophets, put it in the law, and show that he can protect you. See, and then, so you can see and understand that, look, we're down here with, well, put it this way. We're down here with, see, we're not down here by ourselves. See, we're down here with those angels that lost their first estate. See, they're warriors. See, and that's why you have so many wars down here. See, they're warriors, and they don't have no. Well, it's like Cain when Cain killed Abel. No thought about it. And then went on and said, "I'm on my brother's keep." And whatever. Hey, you don't mean nothing to me. That's my brother. Don't mean nothing. I mean, to kill his own brother, it didn't mean nothing. To show forth that, see, we're down here with something. You need some help. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to get. You need some help. See, and everything points up to that. When the children of Israel came out of Egypt, and when they came out, going back to the migrant track, when they came out of Egypt, Pharaoh, remember Egypt was totally devastated. And Yahweh said, "For this cause have I raised thee up." See, I raised thee up to do what? To keep my body down here. See, and show forth my power. But now when it came time to get out, now see, that's the thing. On all these cases right here, Yahweh said, this one, he said, this one, and he kept sending nations. But to get these people out, who did he send? Did he send an army? It's not like that movie, and I watched that movie, Moses, that, where Moses was a
warrior.
No, man, that's not how it went. Moses didn't fight his way out of Egypt. Yahweh fought that battle. I tell you what, give me 15 chapter of Exodus. Give me 15 chapter of Exodus. See, Yahweh fought that battle. See, when Miriam sung that song, see, it was Yahweh that fought that battle. See, I mean, he didn't. What else, man? What else can you say? It was not the children of Israel. They did not fight their own battle. See, let's get you to see this. See, look. We're no match for the devil, see, in his host. But now Yahweh, if he's on your side, who can be against you? Right. See, if he's fighting your battles, see, who can be against you? You see, and you can understand, but give me this first, and then we get back to when he was when Yahshua was in the garden. See.
Exodus 15:1. Then sang Moses and the children of Israel this song unto Yahweh.
See, they sung that song to Yahweh. See, they didn't sing that song. They didn't pick somebody and sing a song to. No, that won't work. They sing that song. And we're not picking no song and sing to nobody either. Right. See, we sing our song, glory to Yahweh, of Yahshua. See? Right. And that's what they did, see, folks. They're showing you that, see, you're going to get out of here, you got to give him all the praise and all the honor. Go ahead.
And spake, saying, I will sing unto Yahweh, for he hath triumphed gloriously. The horse and his rider hath he thrown into the sea.
You see that? I mean, how did he do that? See, look, he didn't cause. He didn't say, "Hey, you take up a sword," like somebody said. They didn't brick their way out. See, they didn't carry bricks and just started bricking the children, bricking the Egyptians. They had brick at one time that was made with straw. They didn't brick their way out. See, and they wasn't making sword. How did they get out of there? See, how did that Red Sea part? See, and then Yahweh, look, instead of sending them, I don't know how it says it in the scripture, but it's, instead of sending them this way, he sent them this way. Now Yahweh knew he was sending them to the Red Sea. You know, instead, well, okay, there's another way, you can go around this way. You know, instead, no, put the obstacle in the way so you can cry out for what? Salvation.
Yeah.
See?
Right.
And then send them. See, if you understand what's happening here, and then send the Egyptians. Now, first of all, he had to raise up Pharaoh. So, and then send him after the children of Israel. Now, he had to, I mean, look, why not, I mean, we'll put it this way. The angels that kept up the first estate, and it said there was a war in heaven, and they cast them down. You know, the easy thing would have been just destroy them right then and there. But why not? Why do that? See, to show forth that what? He's going to be the one that's going to do what? Deliver us out of that.
Right.
See, just like he had Pharaoh. See, he had to look. He could have just destroyed Pharaoh. He didn't have to cause Pharaoh to do what? To come after them.
Right.
You know, look. But he did what? He let them come after them. To show forth that what? They have to what? Cry out. See, that's why when they, look, we know who's down. We know who's down here. See? But we have to do what? We have to cry out. Now, give me that, let you finish that in, because this is that song of victory. Well, read just a little bit more real quick.
Yahweh is my strength and song, and he has become my salvation. He is my Elohim, and I will prepare him in a habitation. My father's Elohim, and I will exalt him. Yahweh is a man of war.
That's what I want. He's a man of war. See, go ahead.
Yahweh is his name. Pharaoh's chariots and his hosts hath he cast into the sea. His chosen captains also are drowned in the Red Sea.
Right. See, Yahweh is a man of war. See, you think, you know, yeah, Yahweh is a man of war. Like it was said, yeah, he can give you peace, but he can also cause a war to brew in your heart and your mind.
Right.
See, if you understand what's going on down here, Yahweh's in control of all of this that's going on down here. See, this raising up King, what's his name? Kim Jong-un. Thank you, whatever. That guy, see, and Trump, you know, and I can't, but Trump, you know, oh gosh, blowing, you know, he's blowing, his mouth is like blowing.
Yeah, that's right.
Absolutely.
I mean, he's blowing something. I tell you, you know, if you, what is that script about talking about blowing at Trump? Give me Jeremiah, the 5th chapter, somewhere in there. It talks about, towards the end, I think, it talks about blowing of the trumpet. And we already talked about the Numbers, the 10th chapter. See, how it's blowing that sound. See, you got to distinguish between what sound it is. So, yeah. Because, I don't know. I'm looking at this thing down here. It's just, I don't know. It's really something. What did I ask for?
Something, Jeremiah, the 5th chapter.
I'm not sure where it's at.
You said like toward the end.
Is it the 5th chapter or the 6th chapter? I don't know. Sorry. I mean, I don't have those. I don't have those scriptures, so. Get up there, can you find Jeremiah? Hold it. I'll find it. Yeah, give me Jeremiah 6 and start at 17, I think. Or maybe somewhere over there.
Also I said,
yeah, try that.
Also I set watchmen over you, saying, Hearken to the sound of the trumpet. But they said, We will not hearken. Therefore hear ye nations, and know, O congregation, what is among them. Hear, O earth. Behold, I will bring evil upon this people.
That's right.
Even the fruit of their thoughts.
See, Yahweh gave them a law. See, and told them, as long as they'll be obedient. See, listen. If you understand what's been said and realize that if Yahweh keeps you and cleanses your heart and mind and washes your soul and make you right in his eyesight, see, he'll protect you. See, but that's the only way you're going to behave. There is no way you can't behave without Yahshua Messiah causing your heart to behave. See, causing you to walk in the right direction. See, that's why that high priest, when he went up here, see, he went up in this most holy place. See, it was the high priest when he went up there, the Day of Atonement. See, with that breastplate, you see how those stones were embedded in that breastplate? See, we're embedded into his heart. See, we're the apple of his eye. See, he's protecting us. See, and that, if you can understand that he's protecting you, then you have some protection. See, without that, you have no protection, because he's the high priest of high priests. See, what else did I ask for?
Let me finish this up.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because
I know what I asked. I asked for when he was in the garden and about the sword when Peter took out the sword. Go ahead.
Here, I'll finish
that. Go ahead.
Hear, O earth, behold, I will bring evil upon this people, even the fruit of their thoughts, because they have not hearkened unto my words, nor to my law, but rejected it.
See, they rejected it. See, but with the Holy Spirit in you, see, there is no rejection to that. See, it's going to cause you to walk right. See, it's going to make you behave. See, that's what we need. And see, without that, see, if you're trying to do this, see, you're condemned. Because you look, this is why you have to get baptized over and over again. This is why you have to continue to eat the Passover. See, because you need to try to, each time you mess up, you got to do something else. I mean, see, that is a war that goes on. See, that you are not going to win. See, if you finish that, give me the other one that I asked for in the garden. See, where Peter's in the garden. Because when Yahshua Messiah was, when he was went from pillar to post, see, they looked at him and they said, "Are you a king?" See, and he said, "Look," he told the guy, "Look, you don't have no power unless my Father give it unto you." See, it's Yahweh to give these nations power to raise up and to fall down. See, they don't have no power of their own. See, that's something. See, we should understand that. See, why nations are rising against nations. See, if you've been in the school, you should definitely understand who's controlling what. He's controlling everything. See, give me that other scripture I asked for. And
Matthew 26:49. And forthwith he came to Yahshua and said, Hail, Master, and kissed him. And Yahshua said unto him, Friend, wherefore art thou come? They came and laid hands on Yahshua and took him. And behold, one of them which was with Yahshua stretched out his hand and drew his sword and struck a servant of the high priest and smote off his ear.
See, smoked off his ear. See, and because look, Yahweh's going to tell him what to do. So go ahead.
Then said Yahshua,
the rest of you go get some words too.
Then said Yahshua unto him, Put up thy sword.
No, he didn't say that. He said, put up the sword, because that's not the battle. We're not fighting a battle like that. See, this is not a physical battle. See, go ahead.
Into his place. For all they that had taken the sword shall perish with the sword. Thinkest thou that I cannot...
Now, wait a minute. He said, thinkest thou that I can... Go ahead.
Thinkest thou that I cannot now pray to my Father, and he shall presently give me more than 12 legions of angels?
You see that? 12 legions of angels.
Well,
See, showing that, see, Yahweh has the power. Look, he can take this thing on anytime he wants to. See? But he's waiting to that last soul that he has ordained to be saved. See, he has crossed over. See? And then he'll just take it out. See? And the wrath that he's going to bring with him. See, he ain't coming by himself. See, he's not coming by himself. See? And that is something that we want to make sure that we're on the right side.
that's right.
See, you want to make sure you're on the right side. See, just like when they came down and said, if you're on Yahweh's side, get over here. You ain't out, you're on Yahweh's side, you get over there. See, because he's always, look, you gotta choose something. You gotta make a stand. See, this is not this is not a playtime. We have to make a stand. See, and the only way you're gonna make a stand is Yahshua has to show you where to stand at. So you'll be standing over there and you're supposed to be over there.
right.
See, he'll make you stand right where you're supposed to be. See. Now, you see, I'm looking at these looking at these guys right here. You see how how these soldiers feel dead? It's the same as what? The Egyptians. They did what? They feel dead right here. That's dead men.
Right.
See, so you can see, and look, that stone rolled away, just like that Red Sea, what? Rolled away.
Sure.
See, in that army, see, if you read it in the Exodus 12th chapter, it says that the army of Yahweh came out of Egypt.
Right.
See, just like there was the army came what? Out of here. See, out of the graves.
Right.
See, and just like, see, look, we represent that army. See, we're fighting the war down here now. See, so at the universe revelation, see, we're that army that's going to be resurrected out. See, should be out of these bodies, these physical bodies. See, and look, they will see that Yahweh had an army down here. See, and there will be, just like when they talk about it in Joel, how, man, they were scared and all that, just like when those angels, when those spirits, when they resurrected, the souls of men, when they resurrected. See, look, they're going to behold the body of Yahshua the Messiah, and it's going to be a mighty army. See, give me the scripture where it said, open up his eyes so that they might see. See. When Ezekiel, Elisha, whoever it was. Yeah. See, because Elisha had, he asked for, he asked for a double portion. And I thought that was something to ask. He asked for it, not those that give me a double portion.
Yeah.
See, and then he goes out and hit the River Jordan. He asked for a double portion. And I thought about that. The one thing I remember Dr. Kenneth said on one of the tapes about a double portion, but I want to get this first because there's something about that double portion that's on my heart and mind too. And it was about the third day and the sixth day. See.
And where is that?
What did I ask for? Sorry.
2 Kings, 5th
Oh,
chapter.
second chapter.
What was it?
No, I'm sorry, it's not.
Okay.
16 and 17.
Okay, yeah, about to open up his eyes. Yeah, so they can see.
I love that.
Yeah. I mean, this is, I've always loved reading this scripture because it shows you that, look, you're not alone, and you also need to know this too. See, you're just not alone.
2 Kings
Go ahead.
6 and I'm sorry, 14.
Yeah, I guess
Give you a little continuity.
Yeah, give it a little confidence.
Therefore sent he thither horses and chariots and a great host. And they came by night and compassed the city about. And when the servant of the man of Elohim was risen early and gone forth, behold, an host compassed the city.
Remember this. If Yahweh wants to destroy anything, he has the power to do what? To destroy it. You remember the story about Solomon and Gomorrah? How those angels, the three men came down there?
Yeah.
When they came down there, Gomorrah was what? Destroyed. See, it was devastated. See, if Yahweh wants to destroy it, he has no power. Look, doing it. See, and you wonder why things are happening the way they are. Go ahead.
And hosts compassed the city, both with horses and chariots. And his servants said unto him, Alas, master, how shall we do? And he answered, Fear not, for they that be with us are more than they that be with them. And Elisha prayed and said, Yahweh, I pray thee, open his eyes.
See, that's the whole thing. See, he had to open up his eyes so that he could see. See, if he opened up your eyes, you can see and understand, look, there's more with us than it is out there or out here.
Yeah.
See? But he has to open up your eyes and see. And look, I'm telling you, just like he rained fire down on Sodom and Gomorrah, see, he has no problem, see, of destroying this earth plane. See? Go ahead.
Open his eyes that he may see. And Yahweh opened the eyes of the young man. And he saw, and behold, the mountains were full of horses and chariots of fire round about Elisha.
I asked for something in Ezekiel, and nobody got it for me. It was about the chariots of fire. Give me that. See? And let's get that. When Yahweh's revealed from heaven, so he's taking flaming, I keep saying it, and I need to get that too. He's taking flaming vengeance. See? I'm done to obey now.
Ezekiel 1 and 4.
I don't know. Try that.
And I looked, and behold, a whirlwind came out of the north, a great cloud, and a fire enfolding itself, and a brightness was about it, and out of the midst thereof as the color of amber, out of the midst of the fire, also out of the midst thereof came the likeness of 4 living creatures, and this was their appearance.
Now see, just like those 4 living creatures, you know, those symbols that are gathered around that, that's right. Those ensigns, that is his army. See, that's why Yahweh, that's his army, to destroy idols, to destroy false gods up here in Canaan's land, up here in your heart and mind. These are the vessels that Yahweh has put his, type in the shadow, these are the vessels Yahweh has put his spirit in his body to do what? To preach the gospel down here. See, that's what he's doing. See, he's telling Peter, put away your sword, because now what? Your tongue is as what? As a ready writer. Your tongue is a sword. See? And Yahshua Messiah said, look, as a two-edged sword. Now who would say his tongue is what? As a two-edged sword? He's able to destroy both the good and the evil. See? Go ahead.
Okay, I think you wanted the wheels, actually.
Well, yeah, the wheels. Yeah.
And the church,
I just wanted you to see that.
flame, fire.
Yeah, the fire, just see that Yahweh, you know, he has, look, it was read once before about, I think, in Psalms, how it talked about, I think it's the 18th chapter of, 18th chapter of Psalms, how Yahweh came down and the earth did quake, you know. Man, see, Yahweh, look, see, that's what he's doing. So he's causing the, he's revealing himself to his sons. See? And he's sending them, and see, he sent, look, you know, I mean, think about this. He told Paul, he said, when Paul was, I think, when Paul, this is what he did. He said, Paul was getting ready to, I think he went to some town, and he said, you stay down there, because I got people down here. You know, because see, Yahweh, he took Paul down there and said, I got people down there. What does that mean? See, look, Yahweh knows where his souls are, that he's going to save. See, so he's sending Saul as what? As a warrior. See? And you think that when you go talk to you go walk up to somebody and you talk to them, you don't realize what you're truly doing. You are a soldier, and if you really understood what you were doing, you are a soldier. Now the other part of that army, see, that's the righteous side of it. He opened up his eye and saw that. Now, when we walk up to an individual and say, the name of Yahweh, this is what we believe. This is the name of salvation. You're approaching a vessel that could be full of evil spirits.
Right.
See, and that means this, that you have to, first of all, you got to have the whole armor. And you know what? It's like this guy. What's this guy's name? Whoever the guy. He walked up to him and said, Peter, I know. Paul, I know. Who are you? Right. And the guy went running around. See?
And he leaped on him.
He leaped on him because look, he had no armor.
Right.
See, he had no armor. It wasn't tested.
Yes.
See, you have to have what? And see, Yahweh's going to test you. See? But that's okay, because that armor will, you know, over the years, one thing I got a DVD about how like the what do you call it, the things you wear, the armor. Yeah, it's all about the armor, and how like they didn't always have, the soldiers didn't always have a helmet on their head. All right, they didn't always have you know. Like yeah, all that stuff. All that stuff, it grew. Yeah. Now the war thing now is, see, look, I mean, you gotta understand now. If from a natural standpoint, if guns, well, first of all, we don't fight. Look, they're not fighting with bow and arrows. So from a natural standpoint, they're not fighting with bow and arrows. If you're in a war and you're a country and you're fighting with bow and arrows, and then somebody's fighting with machine guns and bombs, who's gonna win? It should be obvious. See, that's like you or I, if we don't have the Holy Spirit, we're going against those evil spirits. They got advanced weapons. Advanced weapons. And you're like, I got my bow and arrow.
I can shoot it too.
Yeah, and see, I can give you an example, like the Polish. Well, I'm not.
Right.
I'm not.
That's what we just said. They went up on horses.
Yeah, exactly. It don't work. History shows that don't work.
Yeah.
You can't do that. No matter what, no matter how you feel inside.
Yeah.
No matter, you don't go against that. See, you just don't do it. Horses and tank. Yeah, that's what they did.
Yeah, that is what they
That's exactly. I didn't want to, you know. We're not talking about no nations of people, but that's what happened.
Yeah.
See, military tactics. See, you know, from a natural standpoint, look, things have just changed.
Right.
You have to see that they've changed. Just like I tell you, it's like this. It's like when the seven. It talked about this beast. The seven, but then it said the seven is of the eight. See, and it's the same beast, but they changed clothes. I tell you, it's like pagan became papal. Thank you. And see, that's like switching garments.
Yeah.
See, now he didn't switch war garments.
That's
and you're like,
Right.
Right.
and really, if you really think about it, the other one, the pagan. See, how did they fight? Think about how they fought with what? Weapons. I mean, they had swords like. What do you call
Spears.
Thank you. They had spears that were so long, and they had them marching all down, packing like this. See, that's the old way. See, but now the new way. See, the new Rome don't fight like that. How do they fight? By the words.
Yeah.
See, they send, and look, they got cardinals all over the place.
That's right.
You see how they doing that now? See, so that's how they fight in that battle. See, but how are you going to withstand that?
Right.
See, how can you withstand something? It's not. I think somebody look about the caterpillar morphosing. It is just changing. How you gonna fight that? See, you can't fight that. See, the only way you're gonna be able to withstand something like that is Yahweh has to do. You know, it's like the Shakrita was going through that thing about the. I was talking also about the immune system. The immune system, your body, it recognizes enemies.
Right.
See, now that's how Yahweh is. It gets you to recognize enemies because, you know, like I think maybe you even said, like you say, well, nah, I recognize that. I know about that one. See, yeah, that's one I recognize. But that's like your body, the cells, the immune system. It recognizes that cold virus. It recognizes that. In fact, just so you can understand, you go to the doctor. And this is why these people they get upset because of these polo shots and all these shots. Just you got to put just a little bit of disease in you so that your body can build up the immune against it.
Right.
But if I don't put none of it in you, then you won't. You need that to build up the immune. It's the problem with the colds and all that, but we're not talking about that. But to build up the immune. So we're down here, and Yahweh is giving you exercises. So he's giving you a little bit of problem here, a little bit of problem here, and what's happening is your soul we're talking about is building what? An immune system. The warriors.
That's right.
See, it's the battle is not like that anymore. Now see, just like Yahweh, see, he said he's in control of all of it.
Right.
I mean, you should be happy that he's controlled all of it. See, you have to be happy that he's controlled all of it. Because see, like I was going to talk about that third and that sixth day. See, and how that third day the seed of vegetation came forth. See how Yahweh caused that ground to what? To bust open. And that seed of vegetation to do what? Come forth. See, the dirt or the darkness, it couldn't hold that seed down there. You understand that? It could not. I mean, look, darkness, seed. Abraham, seed. Type of the third day. 3 days. Let us go on what? A 3-day what? Journey. See, that we might worship and serve Yahweh. So you getting out here on a 3-day journey too. 1, 2, 3.
That's right.
See, and when you come out, you won't be the same. See, usually you shouldn't be. You won't be the same. So your soul is going to be to change. See, I mean, I don't know. I'm thankful that Yahweh is, giving me any understanding, because as soon as they resurrected out of as soon as the day of Pentecost, I like this because look, Pentecost and then persecution. It doesn't say Pentecost and then ease or great things to happen. It says what? Persecution. See, as soon as they come out, as soon as they come out of that upper room, and you think about that. As soon as they come out of the upper room, when in the upper room, everything's great. As soon as they come out, Ain't you a drunker?
Yeah, right.
Wait a minute, what?
Yeah, drunk.
What do you know, what do you think? We were in here drinking? No. As soon as they come out of that upper room, they getting criticized. So, it show you that, look, man, as soon as you do receive an understanding,
Yeah,
don't what you expect.
yeah.
You expect the same thing, persecution. See, but now you're clothed what? In the sun, you have that shield.
Yeah.
See, you see how Lucifer, that dragon. See, and on this chart, it's good because it shows how that dragon is not inside that sun.
That's right.
See, it's not. I got you.
Yeah.
See, it's outside of there.
Yes.
See, to show you that what? Look, he has your your back. He's protecting you. See, oh man. See, because that's really what it's all about. I can't walk over there, but on that chart, if you look at it, yeah, let's take a look and see.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So far, so good. No noise. Oh, there you go. You're in doing that. See, if you look at it, how the body is how they resurrected. See how they look. They coming, and they going right over here, and they going into Jerusalem. So that army is doing what? It's resurrecting into Jerusalem. See, or it's resurrecting into Jerusalem above. See, but here you see that woman clothed in the sun right here. The woman clothed in the sun right here. So it's showing that look, Yahweh has you clothed in Him. But that body that resurrected, see, you see how it's ascending? See, look, showing that what we are doing what? We are ascending now too. But that army that went over there, see, it went from here to here, over to not Jerusalem above, but over here. See, before they got over here, they said that, look, have you come to, I almost said, have you come to torment before our time? They said, they knew that what? They knew they were coming. See, in fact, you remember how there was some people who they dressed up. What was it, Gershonites? I'm not sure. The Gibeonites. I think, yeah, the Gibeonites. This is what they did. Here's a war tactic. When they came out, when the children of Israel came out here, and everybody, all the nations, they heard how bad it was, and the kings, and this one group of people, this one nation, they said, look, man, I don't want to be a part of this. These people are kicking butt. Let's say that we're old people. We've been wandering around in the wilderness for a long time. Now, anybody know where that's at? We were wandering around in the wilderness for a long time, so they got old bottles and old skins, and they became servants to the Israelites. See, to show forth the look. See, see, Yahweh has it all in control. I'm glad that He does. Because see, there's always some type of tactics to get to you.
Okay, maybe this is, I'm not sure.
Yeah,
this is Joshua 9 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
That they gathered themselves together
Mm-hmm.
to fight with Joshua and with Israel with one accord. And when the inhabitants of Gibeon heard that what Joshua had done unto Jericho,
see there?
and to Ai, they did work willingly, and went and made as if they had been ambassadors, and took old sacks upon their asses, and wine bottles, and old and rent, and bound up, and old shoes, and clouded up upon their feet.
Now, what is that all about? Why would they disguise themselves as old? See, because they're trying to trick and deceive Israel. That's what they're trying to do. And see, what do you expect? The same thing should be happening. Look, they'll come up to you. Look, now, yeah, whatever. You see what I'm saying? And really, if you, well, I don't want to say friends, but what we're looking at is we're in this thing to praise Yahshua Messiah. See, and that's how it is. We're not here to make enemies or anything like that, but we are here to to praise Yahshua Messiah. And I know that there's going to always be different ways of attacks. Whether somebody trying to disguise themselves as being something else. See, because people will come to you like they're something else. But, and sheep's clothes. Wolf in sheep's clothes. Thank you. See, but that's okay because Yahweh knows who they are. See, and He knows how to put them in subjection. Not to you,
Right.
See, but in subjection. See, and this is what's going to happen. They're going to be put in subjection. Go ahead.
And old garments upon them, and all the bread of their provisions was dry and moldy. And they went unto Joshua unto the camp of Gilgal, and said unto him and to the men of Israel, We be come from a far country. Now therefore make us a league with us. And the men of Israel said unto the Hivites, Peradventure ye dwell among us, and how shall we make a league with you? And they said unto Joshua, We are thy servants. And Joshua said unto them, Who are ye, and from whence come ye? And they said unto him.
Now Joshua, he knew who they were. See, and he knew, and see, and look, that's how Yahweh is able to do what? Put things in subjection. Not, and please don't take it. I'm not trying to say that you have the power to put things in subjection to yourself, but Yahweh, through Yahshua Shai, has the power to do what? Put things in subjections. Put things, look, I'm not worried about you. Go ahead.
And they said unto him, From a far country thy servants are come because of the name of Yahweh thy Elohim. For we have heard the fame of him,
That's right.
and all he did in Egypt.
See, just like Yahshua Shai put the scribes and the Pharisees in subjection too. See, same way. See, go ahead.
And all that he did to the two kings of the Amorites, and were beyond Jordan to Sihon, king of Heshbon.
See that? You see the point though? How they heard of all the stuff that was going on. See, they heard of everything. See, and I remember Dr. Kennedy had made this statement, that when he got off the airplane, because they thought this guy was this great Dr. Kennedy, this great man, and he gets off the airplane, he's just a little man, gets off the airplane, Go ahead.
Unto all the king of Bashan, which was at Ashtaroth.
Just like Yahshua said, go ahead though. There was no. Go ahead.
Wherefore our elders and all the inhabitants of our country spake unto us, saying, Take victuals with you for your journey, and go to meet them, and say unto them, We are your servants, therefore.
So look, I don't care how you come to us, if Yahshua is in you, he has the power to put that in subjection. See, that's what we're trying to get you to see, that no matter how they come to you, he has the power to put it in subjection. See, go ahead.
We are your servants, therefore now make ye a league with us. Take this our bread. We took hot for
See, no matter what lie you tell us, see, or look, it don't matter. Yahweh has the power to do what? To put it under subjection. See, because we are talking, all this took place during the wartime. See, he has the power to put those thoughts into what? Subjections. See, go ahead.
Out of our house on the day we came forth to go unto you. But now, behold, it is dry and it is moldy. And these bottles of wine which are filled were new. And behold,
I think that's a pretty good war tactic. See, I mean, if you really understand what's good, that's pretty good. See, if somebody come up to you and say, look, whatever, I'm of the Buddhist faith, and I've been around for a very long time, and if you just stick with me, or I'll give you look, it's a little bit of this faith right here, and look, I'll kind of believe what you. And the thing why I'm saying it, I kind of believe what you're saying, a little mingle, a little truth, a little lie. I kind of believe what you're saying, So let's just get together, and you come over here. We just, no, Yahweh has the power to what? To put that under what? Subjection. See. Because, I mean, if you, in other words, you'd be taken away with that. It's kind of like what it's like? It's like Matthew's, the 13th chapter. Or about the seed, the terror, or the seed fell on good ground and bad ground. See, Yahweh has the power to do what? To keep you, see, on solid ground so that you're not overcome by, anything. See, he has the power to keep you. Go ahead. I think that's about it, right?
And the shoes became old by reason of a very long journey.
Yeah, the shoes became old, a very long journey. Yeah, go ahead.
And the men took their victuals and asked not counsel at the mouth of Yahweh. And Joshua made peace with them and made a league with them to let them live.
That's right.
And the princes of the congregation
But see, I like this because what happens is it shows that Yahweh, he knew who they really was. See, and he put them into what? Subjection. Okay, can't find this. Put them into subjection. See, showing forth that, look, Yahweh has the power to put anything in subjection that comes up into your life. See, no matter how it appears, just like when Babylon, see, when that changed, it doesn't matter how it appears to you. He has the power to do what? To put it under subjection. See, no matter what they say to you. But you have to have on the whole armor of Yahshua Messiah. See, he has to be the one that has to fight your battles. See, in other words, we will be overcome. See, by grief, by sorrow. There's so many things that's going on in this world right now. See, that, you know, you look at the stuff and people are just, you know, I mean, I don't know, there's fire, they got there's so many bad things that happen on the airplane. They got this snowstorm that's happening over there. They call it a hurricane or hurry something, you know. And it's so much snow and so much rain, so much fire, showing forth the Yahweh. See, he's turning the heat up on this earth plane, you know. And people are, you know, they're being tossed to and fro, and it's really, yeah. But it's sad, see. But nevertheless, you know, Yahweh has the power. See, I guess it's like this. He said, "Fear him not that has the power." Well, how does it go? The power, but fear him who has the power to cast your soul and body into what? Into the lake of fire, to hell. See, am I messing that up? Anybody? Yeah.
I'll look it up.
Yeah, look it up real quick. I got about 2 minutes, about 3 minutes. See. Because see, you don't want to walk around this airplane in fear. See, and it's possible to walk down here and just be scared. See, but that's not how we want to be. You know, we want to have some hope. You know, see,
Okay.
and understand why things are happening.
I think it's Matthew 10:28.
Okay, go ahead.
Sorry.
That's all right. If that's not it,
Uh,
don't worry about it. That's
oh,
it.
it's slow.
Do you have it?
Uh,
Marty, you know where it's at?
It's in Matthew.
Okay, let's see. Let's see. Fear 10:28.
Okay.
And fear them not which kill the body,
Mm-hmm.
for we are not able to kill, but are not able to kill the soul.
That's right.
But rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell.
That's what you need to worry about, is your soul. See, not the stuff that's going on down here, because there's so much stuff that's going on down here that you just don't want to walk around like that. See, because this is what happens. It will cause you to drink, cause you to smoke, cause you to lose your hair, cause you to lose your mind. I mean, cause you to have a heart attack. I mean, this is not really funny. All this stuff, the stress, can cause all these things to happen. See, so we have to rely on Yahshua, and you know, I don't know what else to say, you know, but all honor and glory go to Yahshua Messiah and Yahweh Elohim. And hope that he keeps me, and hope that he keep all of us, you know, but it's got to be his will, see. But don't forget to give him honor and glory every morning. You know, I mean, every morning, thank you, Yahshua, for waking me up, you know, and keep me, you know, because I can't make it on my own. And none of us, we can't make it on our own, because you never know when somebody dressed up in some old clothes is going to walk up to you and try to deceive you with some doctrine or some belief, and you think that they really are from on the good side, and really they just dressed up in some Babylonian garments. That all honor and glory go to Yahshua. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
That will conclude class for today. Got a couple of announcements. present you faultless before the presence of his glory with exceeding joy. To the only wise Elohim, our Savior, through Yahshua the Messiah, our Sovereign, belong glory and majesty, dominion and power, both before all time and now and ever. Let us all say hallelujah.
Hallelujah.